Oh, we're live everywhere, buddy.
Woo!
Here we go. You ready to answer some questions?
I'm ready.
Welcome to our Digging Deep live stream.
My
with our
favorite
head
color
grower.
is green, and I enjoy long walks on the beach. Oh, different questions.
Different questions.
Different questions.
Yeah, different questions.
Okay.
Hello, say hello to everyone. We got Cameron in the house.
What's up?
JR, what is up?
I can't see everybody there,
We
can
have
I?
508 Ashley. Hello, Morgan. We are about to answer all your questions about this plant. This is our head grower, Brook, and this is our Digging Deep live stream where he just gets into the nitty-gritty about this plant and the science behind it, how to grow it, all sorts of stuff. Hi, Peyton. Hi, my life is Vanna. Hi, Kiss with a Fist. What's up, Haley? Yay, class in sesh, baby. Let's go. Got Molly. You have your PhD, right? Your PhD in...
In CBD.
That's right. Hello, real Mr. Nibbles. I can't see this screen, Megan, if we want to
Mr. Nibbles is here. Well,
Oh, what's up, Aiden
What
from
the heck?
TikTok? Welcome back. Do you know who Candace is?
I don't. You're gonna have to give me something more than that.
Hello from Iowa. We have, let's see, another Savannah, Jersey Glitter. Hello, Allison.
Good morning.
Caitlin, Elevated Soft Gels. What up, Jay Dobson? I'm making a list for my sister to pick up right now. Oh my gosh, you're amazing. Class doesn't start until Professor Brook flips it again. Oh, Never Summer here has spoken. You have to flip it again until class. That's
Flip
like
what?
Your hair.
What up, freckled NC Ginger?
No, you can't ignore this. You gotta start class with the hair flip. Whoop-bam! Woo!
Woo! Coming in hot.
It's amazing. All right, Professor Brooks.
If I could only grow hair like I grow plants, I'd have more hair.
I think your hair looks great. JR Chaucer helped me get past COVID. Ate bougie bears and they helped me breathe better. Yes. Georgia in the house. What up? My life is Vanna. Hi near Indianapolis. Hello, Riley. Cameron said Owen from D. I love him.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Cool.
All right, Brooke. Let me get behind you so you can.
All right, what are
See here.
what are we talking about today? You want to give us a little intro?
Well, didn't I? You want me to give the intro?
Well, you sent me some list of questions.
I sent you a list of questions. So we have a list of questions, and then Brooke was also going to dive into the 5 different. He looks like my husband, Sam said.
Handsome guy. Your husband. That is. Okay, so we got some questions here.
We have questions. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask. And Brooke is also going to talk about other things. Hi, Jessica. We got Doug. Switch from TikTok to Kansas. You funny. Thank you, Doug. All right, there you go. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so our first question comes from K-Town Kiki.
Woo!
K-Town Kiki, will you have the Harley Cat available in diffuser cartridge soon? That's actually not a question for me, so I'm going to have to bring Lauren back in for this one.
Hey guys, it's me again. Okay, we do have Harley Cat available in diffusers. She might be sold out right now, but she is on our website, and so if she's in stock, you will see her, and she's in diffuser and cartridge form. Like, she's in Stoke Stick and Vibe Vessel form.
So just to let you know, she runs out of stock because people love her. And I, as a grower, am working really hard to get that number back up. So more Harley coming soon, but it's more about how popular she is. So we almost can't grow enough. So that's it, K-Town Kiki, soon. And just keep checking back for stock. Our next question is from Elman Linda. How long after you have nice flowers does it take to harvest? Well, I don't really consider those flowers nice until they're ready to harvest, but it takes us about 8 weeks to get our flowers to the primo size, the right compounds, all in their richness, high in CBD and other minor cannabinoids. So about 8 weeks for us to get to harvest. So I hope that answers your question. Next question comes from, how would you say that, My Yates or My Eights? My Eights 39.
My eights, yeah.
What's your favorite part growing hemp? I really like lunch breaks a lot. I'll let you know like at work. I like lunch. Other than that, about growing hemp, I just like really big buds in my hands, touching them, squeezing them,
He likes big buds,
smelling them,
and he cannot lie.
touching them some more. Sometimes I'll bite a little bud and
Just a nibble.
just a nibble, but really, you ever done that? You're looking at a big bud and you're like, man, I just want to eat that big bud. Don't do it. It's not really that good.
It's spicy.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, favorite part about growing is hanging out with big buds, touching big buds, smelling big buds, smoking big buds, and big buds in general. I also like the therapy of just being around the plants.
Heck yeah.
Okay, so next question. What goes into the process of growing the babes? That's from S. Brantley 06. Well, a whole bunch goes into the process. So I can't, we don't have all day here. And in my college course we teach, it's 12 weeks of learning of what goes into the babes. But what I can tell you in short is a whole bunch of love and a whole bunch of time and a whole bunch of organic goodness. So basically we care for the babes day in and day out, and we give them light, we give them water, we give them food, and we give them care. And that's what we do. If you want to learn more, join your local hemp farmer and figure out how you can help.
Hey, sorry, we have a couple questions over here. Hi guys, my favorite duo. Hi Ashley, and then Lacey's placing her order after this. Hello Lacey, thank you so much. But Aiden says, in all caps, if you get to 50K followers by the end of the month, you have to shave the beard. Yeah?
I think if you get a GoFundMe with 50K in it, I'll shave the beard.
All right.
Or I'd do it for $50 on the GoFundMe.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get it started.
No, maybe 500.
Can you get a contact high hanging with the buds? And you can go to college for this, question mark?
If they get 50K over on my Instagram, I'll shave the beard.
No.
PPG Pirate.
No!
Sorry. I'm not going to get anybody.
This guy.
Okay, where are we at? What's the question?
The question was, can you get contact high?
I get contact high just hanging around Lauren. So, for real, if your placebo could happen just by being around the right people, vibing.
Aww, that's so sweet.
Did I say it? I said vibing. I'm trying to be cool with the young people.
Just hip. Hip.
So,
Brook is hip. And you can go to college.
I don't think, yes, you can go to college for this, community college. You can get a PhD in CBD and THC. Basically, yeah, you can take classes to learn how to grow hemp. We teach out of the Caldwell Community College here in North Carolina, and it's a hemp institute that teaches people how to work in this field so you can get jobs and maybe start your own business one day.
Heck yeah. And his Instagram is PPG Pirate. What does PPG Pirate come from?
Also, when you go to flight school, they give you a flight name.
And yours is PPG Pirate?
Mine's Pirate.
That's hilarious. Do you grow in the darkness or under red light?
We do not grow in the darkness, and we don't grow under necessarily red light either. We grow under full spectrum light because we like to grow full spectrum plants. So what that means is, yes, we grow under Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet,
Nice.
which is the light spectrum. But the plants actually, I don't believe, see green light. So we can turn on green lights at night and come in here and work. But our lights that we use right there are high pressure sodium. And what that means, there's a glass bulb in there that has sodium gas under high pressure. And when we hit that with electricity, the sodium ignites, much like recreating what a sun does, like a star. There's all these gases burning. So sodium produces a nice red light, but it also produces white light and blue light. And so we use a combination of lights in the spectrum, and they come from burning high pressure sodium gas in these lights right here. And we're trying to mimic Mother Nature, so we use gas tubes, just like the sun.
The sun uses gas tubes?
Well, it's gas. It's a big gas explosion. So we have a little gas explosion happening inside those glass tubes.
That's so exciting. What's the difference between Delta 8 and Delta 9?
Well, chemically they have a different shape compound-wise. Maybe you remember going into chemistry class, or maybe you skipped chemistry class. But either way, you may have remembered your teacher holding up the little shapes that show you what these compounds look like. Different compounds like nitrogen or oxygen or hydrogen. Well, Delta 9 and Delta 8 are similarly shaped compounds. And so from a scientific standpoint, they look similar. And most of the time, similar shaped compounds will react similarly when they work with our body. So Delta 8 and Delta 9 have similar effects. However, they are not the same. Different chemical compounds. Did we miss anything else?
These are great.
Yeah, Lauren's outfit's great.
Oh, thanks. I would have said
I dress her every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you should wear the crop top with the flowy pants
Yeah.
and that shawl that you've had since middle school. I've had that since middle school. Okay, so will you be selling Delta 8 products in the future, or are you staying with the full spectrum products? Clarissa wants to know. Is Lauren high? Aiden, Lauren is not high. I'm
High on life.
Aiden.
Oh.
High on life.
We don't have any Delta 8 products in the lineup right now. I'm not saying that might not ever change, but currently, because Delta 8 basically has to be converted and manufactured via an acid addition, we don't do it because it would take what we're growing and turn it into something else. And so, while yes, you can buy lots of Delta 8 products out there, we are focusing on the compounds that are mainly available in the varieties that we grow. Now, once they do produce a chemotype or a chemovar that is high in Delta 8, we may grow it. Well, what's that, Lauren? Lauren wants to know what a chemotype is.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Yeah, what's a chemotype? I really do.
So, we always talk about sativas and indicas. And so I want to talk a little bit about moving forward to the future of describing these plants. And what you're going to see some scientists refer to is specifically looking at the chemotypes. So a chemotype is a plant or a particular item that has a single chemical makeup. And then so one plant may have a set of chemicals that make it up, and then the next variety may have another set of chemical and compounds. And so when one is unique and we grow that one compound list out, that's a chemotype. And so every time we grow that plant, it has that blend of chemicals and it has that kind of ratio of cannabinoids and terpenes in there. And so there are certain types of chemotypes out there that we've identified, and we grow the type 3 chemotype, which is high in CBD. Now, you can break down into the CBD dominant strains different chemotypes as well. And so you're going to see us refer to the chemical makeup of these plants and their specific compounds and refer to them as the chemotypes or chemovars.
So we're calling it that instead of what?
Well, in the digging deep sessions with me, we're going to go beyond sativa,
Got it.
beyond indica.
Got it.
We're going to look at the test results of these plants
Got it.
and get into the chemotypes.
Got it.
Because just because something's a sativa doesn't tell us enough. Just because it's an indica doesn't tell us enough, because we could grow a sativa that has a totally different chemical makeup than another sativa.
Is chemotype, is that another way of categorizing, similar to how indica sativa categorizes? Would a chemotype be another way to categorize?
It is another way to
on
categorize.
A bigger level, the plants?
Yes.
I'm genuinely asking. That wasn't a leading question. I was just genuinely curious.
Basically, if you have plants that produce compounds, and that particular list of compounds, when you send them off to get tested, that particular kind of snapshot is its chemotype. It's its chemical makeup. And so we want to look into the different chemicals that make up these plants, cannabinoids and terpenes, to understand what they do. So I just wanted to introduce our listeners and watchers to the term chemotype, which is interchangeable with chemovar. Mind blown?
Yeah.
Still processing?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
We'll dig more into it. But let's get back to some questions. We got more questions in here.
Okay. Cool.
Can you see there?
Will the girls react with any medication that someone was on? Do you get high every day? Aiden asking the hard-hitting questions.
Yes, yes.
Brook!
I'm kidding. They can interact with medication, so you do have to be careful. You need to consult your doctor, and maybe a second opinion is always nice too. But ultimately, anytime you're ingesting something, that goes for food. It can interact with things, so you just got to be careful and take things slow if you're on a lot of medications. I personally would tread forward with ease.
We have two good questions. Are there any specific strains and tinctures that help with mood stabilization, boost, and can ease anxiety? And then also, what's good for sleep? You want me to take it?
You take that because she's all into the different flavors.
Hey guys, it's me. Someone asked Lauren, how does it feel handing the torch off? It feels pretty good. I kind of like pantomiming in the background. Brooke and I, I was just like trying to act out what you were saying. My favorite strain for boosting my mood. So all of our ladies, for me, have a common denominator of anxiety relief. So you really don't have to worry. Like nothing is going to increase anxiety. You're pretty much always going to feel a form of anxiety relief by using these ladies. My favorite for boosting mood is probably Bayox or Hawaiian Haze. Those are two invigorating babes. So I know we're talking about chemotypes, not how would you like sativa and indica? What's that? Like, what would that be?
Sativa and indica.
Would that be just a classification?
Yeah, that's more talking about the origins of these plants in regards to where they originated on the globe.
Wow. Anyway, our sativa babes. I need to wear a hat. Look, come here. Do you have wrinkles like that?
Yeah, I'm 40 something. Of course I have wrinkles.
Anyway, any of our orange label sativa, super invigorating babes, really help boost my mood. Bayox has been really awesome lately. Cherry Blossom is a hybrid that's also really good. And then what's good for sleep was the other question. For sleep, Bougie Bears, I love. 3,000 milligram greenhouse blend tincture is awesome. Or if you want to take a step, if you're more of a
connoisseur of flavor.
Thank you. Yes, that's my.
Take the words right out of her mouth.
Look at that. Yes.
Sealed them.
What did you say? Connoisseur of flavor? Yeah. Then a strain-specific tincture might be good for you. That would be like Cherry Uno or Cherry Mom, and those are indica plants, meaning they were derived from indica-leaning plants. I was just trying to tie in what you said. All right. Well, anyway, did I answer your question?
Yeah, and also
this is a great question. Haley wants to know: Is there a difference growing hemp from cannabis? Ba-da-ba.
Hemp is cannabis.
Ba-da-ba. Dun, dun, dun.
Hemp is technically type 3 cannabis. There are 5 types of cannabis. Type 1 is THC dominant. Type 2 is THC, CBD with somewhat equal ratios. Type 3 is CBD dominant with little to no THC, like hemp, 0.30 or less. Type 4 cannabis is CBG dominant. And type 5 cannabis, strangely, has no cannabinoids at all.
Would that be for fiber?
It can be used for fiber, but even the fiber ones have some cannabinoids, I believe. But scientists have identified some with no cannabinoids, and they have the potential to be used in breeding to create products that have no THC or no cannabinoids. And some of that is being experimented on in the hop industry, where some of the same compounds that are found in hops for brewing beer are also found in cannabis. And so you may see in the future cannabis showing up in some beer. I'm sure you have seen that in some states already.
I am not a fan. I'm not going to lie. I don't drink much beer anymore, but I don't like the hemp flavored beer. I don't know why.
She doesn't like it, folks.
Do you like it?
No, I don't really drink a lot of beer either. It's hemp flavored, at least. So is it a different process from growing the different types? So that's a good question. Some of the varieties have different times to get them to bloom. And typically speaking, sativas have longer flowering times and are taller plants. So some of the sativa-leaning varieties can take longer to get ready. Also, I guess you have to take in consideration how tall they get, so the trellis has to be a little bit different. But ultimately, all the strains and varieties we grow, as you can see behind us, we keep them around the same size. So we train our plants to be even in canopy height.
Bye, Aiden. And then Jay Dobson. Oh my gosh, she has the list and is on the way. Yes, gonna get the goodies. Thank you so much for your love and support. Do you grow type 3, which is why you can ship to all 50 states?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I'm coming from Washington State, so the farms out here seem similar processes.
They are, and I'll be in Washington in just a few weeks.
I'm gonna miss you.
Coming to see some farms.
Woo, farm boy. What are you doing seeing farms?
Just looking at farms.
That's cool.
Gotta get out and smell the cow pies every once in a while.
Oh, I see what you're doing. So if your plants have less than 0.3% THC, when looking at the COAs online, why do so many of them say the THC is higher? I'm just curious. So you got to make sure you're looking at the delta 9 THC, because the total THC will be higher than 0.3, but the delta 9 on all of our COAs, it's like a line item that is 0.3% delta 9 tetracannabinol.
Yeah, let's dig into that for a second.
Yeah, dig into
Okay,
it.
so this one's complicated even for hemp farmers, and it's been a topic of debate for quite a while.
Ooh,
So I'll do my best to explain it.
explain it.
So THC is not just one compound. There's delta 9 THC, there's delta 8 THC, there's THCV, there's THCA. There's a number of different THCs. However, when it comes to the criminalization of THC and when they were scheduled, delta 9 THC is what's federally scheduled. And so the single compound, it's expressed with a triangle and the number 9 and then the letters THC. That is the compound that is legally defined as what's illegal. So when you're smoking marijuana or cannabis, it's not all the other cannabinoids that are illegal, it's just the delta 9. However, in the minutia of the legislative process of allowing hemp to become legal, politicians have gotten involved with defining scientific terms, and so we've got some issues. What the laws on paper say is that we define THC in the hemp legal farming world by total THC and not just delta 9 THC. So, what's the difference you're asking? Total THC takes into account another number that is associated with another compound called THCA. THCA is an acid format of THC, and it is not delta 9 THC. However, when you heat THCA to a certain temperature, it converts over to delta 9. So, if you're reading one of our test results, you'll see the total THCs may sometimes be higher than 0.30, but the legal delta 9 is 0.3 or lower. Sometimes you might even see a 0.34 because they're allowing a rounding down strangely. Obviously, the politicians are neither scientists nor mathematicians. But unfortunately, we've kind of got to deal with the murky definition of what is legal THC and what isn't. Us as scientists, we know what it is. There's delta 9, there's THCA, there's THCV, and all these other compounds, and you can see them listed individually on the test results. However, total THC is created by taking the THC number and multiplying it by the molecular weight of delta 9 THC, so it converts the THCA to delta 9, which hasn't actually happened in real life, but the politicians want to see us do that math number to convert it to make a total THC number. Now that's probably confusing, but we can address that on another digging deep.
That was really awesome, though.
Okay.
But we should dive into it a bit more.
But ultimately know this, delta 9, the psychoactive THC, is not ever going to be more than 0.34 in any of our components and products, and the amount that would be in any of ours is not psychoactive at all. So no worries there.
You're such a big brain. You got a big, pink, wrinkly brain. Very smart.
Maybe so. The warning symbol on cannabis products is a triangle. Watch out for that delta.
This has been awesome. Do you have any other questions you want to answer?
I don't know. Can we see any more?
Yeah, well, we have a whole list over here as well. Let me scroll for you over here. Any good tinctures or strains for nerve pain? What would you suggest for ADHD or struggle with focus? I couldn't scroll.
Honestly, I mean, all of them, because they've all got the components that are necessary to aid in that. So I don't think until you dig into your individual body chemistry, are you going to find maybe the one that really clicks for you? But I would say try a greenhouse blend so you get a little bit of everything to start out with. But ultimately, it's your health journey, and you can dive as deep as you want to. So I'd be trying different strains out and trying different varieties, or just knock it out with a greenhouse blend and see how that does for you. But they're all going to be able to help in some way, I'd like to think.
Angel received their order Friday. 2 words. Thank you.
You're welcome. Or are we saying thank you to them?
No, they said thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're welcome. This is a good question. We should answer this. We should answer 2 more questions and then we'll roll. But we've got this question before. I think you should answer it again. If you have a high tolerance to any substance in general, what form do you recommend to take in CBD? And then I think you should also kind of speak about the tolerance thing.
Well, if you say any substance in general, lots of substances that you could have a high tolerance for aren't necessarily interacting with the endocannabinoid system. So you may have a high tolerance for caffeine, and maybe that doesn't translate to cannabinoids. So I would say, for me, I always start low and slow. If I'm not getting the results that I want, I always just up the dose. And that's how I move into things. So you've got to test to see if there's allergy as well. There's actually a chance for allergy in very small parts of the population. So ultimately, I like to use these products when I'm trying something new, small dose first, and work my way into it. Now, I've got a high tolerance for a handful of cannabinoids, but CBD is not one of them. So a little bit of CBD works really strong on me. However, THC, on the other hand, I have a really high tolerance for. A lot of that times will have to do with your exposure to it. And so if you're a regular consumer of CBD or full spectrum products, sometimes it's nice to take a little break. And if that break allows you to do that and it's not causing any harm, then a day off or something like that could allow you to have a better response when coming back to it. But ultimately, if you're overusing something, there could be an underlying problem you need to look at. So low and slow is how I start. And if you're not getting the results that you want, maybe step back and get a consult from somebody else.
Danielle wants to know, are those the ladies behind you, Brooke?
Oh, yes, they are.
Introduce what we have going on here.
Well, we are in our Nexus 2 state-of-the-art greenhouse with our light deprivation ceiling, which means we can close these little rails. The black tarp comes over and darks out in here. We've got about 500 plants. We've got 4 rows. Each row's got about 125. These plants are about 30 days old. So they are in their last week of veg, which means we're giving them more than 18 hours of light, and they're growing up with no buds on them. And we're going to flip them. And what that means is we are going to turn the roof on to come on and black this place out and give us 12 hours of light, 12 hours of dark. 60 days later, these buds will all be ready, and we'll come in here and harvest. And then 30 to 45 days later, they'll be shipping out to you. So that's what's happening.
Thanks for that rundown, Brooke. What strain do we have right here?
That's a good question.
Right on.
Looks like, oh, this is one of the new flavors. I don't know if I'm allowed.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
All right.
It is sour.
We have our new vapes launching this Thursday at 12 p.m. It's for summertime vapes. I'm very, 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 very excited. We are not hiring right now, but we do have internships available. Email customer service at ross.farm. We're looking for more people to add on my team. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, this has been a very good live stream. High five. You did awesome.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks. You didn't have to say that. You mean it?
Kinda.
You nailed it. Y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. We do this every single Monday morning around 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes we do it a little bit earlier. It just kind of depends. And we answer all the facts, baby. This is Brooke.
See ya.
I'm Lauren. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later. Bye.
Is this ever on?
Yes.